श्रीमान् वेङ्कटनाथार्यः कवितार्किककेसरी वेदान्ताचार्यवर्यो मे सन्निधत्तां सदा हृदि। जयत्याश्रितसन्त्रासध्वान्तविध्वंसनोदयः प्रभावान् सीतया देव्या परमव्योम भास्करः। जय जय महावीरा महाधीर धौरेय देवासुरसमर समय समुदित निखिल निर्धारित निरवधिक माहात्म्य दशवदन दमित दैवत परिषद अभ्यर्थित दाशरथि भावा दिनकर कुल कमल दिवाकर दिविषदधिपति रणसाचरण चतुर दशरथ चरमरण विमोचना कोसलसुता कुमार भाव कंचुकित कारणाकार कौमार केळि गोपायित कौशिकाध्वर।
लक्ष्मीनाथ समारंभां नाथयामुन मध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्य पर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां। यो नित्यमच्युतपदाम्बुजयुग्म रुक्म व्यामोहतस्तदितराणि तृणाय मेने अस्मद्गुरोर्दयै भगवतोऽस्य दयैकसिन्धोः रामानुजस्य चरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये। मातापिता युवतयस्तनया विभूतिः सर्वं यदेव नियमेन मदन्वयानाम् आद्यस्य नः कुलपतेर्वकुलाभिरामं श्रीमत्तदङ्घ्रियुगलं प्रणमामि मूर्ध्ना। भूतं सरश्च महदाह्वय भट्टनाथ श्रीभक्तिसार कुलशेखर योगिवाहान् भक्ताङ्घ्रिरेणुपरकाल यतीन्द्रमिश्रान् श्रीमत्पराङ्कुशमुनिं प्रणतोऽस्मि नित्यम्। पितामहस्यापि पितामहाय प्राचेतसादेशफलप्रदाय श्रीभाष्यकारोत्तमदेशिकाय श्रीशैलपूर्णाय नमो नमस्ते। अमेरिकादेशे फाल्सम् इति प्रदेशे शिवविष्णु आलयः अस्ति। प्रथितः एषः आलयः कलाचार संवर्धनाय भवति इति सर्वे जानन्ति। एतस्य नाम फाल्सम् हिन्दू मन्दिरम् एवं कलाचार केन्द्रम् इति। प्रथमं संस्कृतेन किञ्चित् उक्त्वा इदानीं तत्र विशेषतः अस्मिन् मासे श्रीरामनवमी महोत्सवः सम्पत्स्यते। तदर्थं वयं किञ्चित् श्रीराम महोत्सवः इति विषये वक्तुम् आरम्भं करोमि। Happy to meet all the devotees of Shiva Vishnu temple at Folsom area of the California state of USA. I am happy to associate with you for a long time since, and I appreciate all the efforts of the devotees who throng to the temple and serve the divinity. And I am happy to reassociate myself in this auspicious occasion, namely Sri Ramanavami, on the 27th of this Tamil month, Panguni, as it is called Meena Masaha. As you know, Lord Sriman Narayana took the incarnation, as we understand from the 10 incarnations, he took the fish form. So this month is named as fish month, Meena Masa. As we say in Tamil also, mean. He was never mean in his attitude. And today, I give you an introduction, a small introduction. Please listen attentively. And this is about the greatness of Sri Ramayana as Lord Sriman Narayana came as an incarnation of a human being just like us. We will recite some slokas to understand the greatness, and then I will tell you the essence of these slokas. Shuklam Varadharam Vishnum Sasivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyayet Sarva Vighnopashantaye Yasyadvaradavakradhyaha Parishatyah Parashatam Vignam Nignanti Satatam Vishwaksenam Tamashraye Jnananandamayam Devam Nirmalasphatiकाकृतिम् Adharam Sarva Vidyanam Hayagrivam Upasmahe Vyakhya Mudram Karasarasijaihi Pustakam Shankhachakre Vibhat Binnasphatikaruchire Pundarike Nishanna Amlanaschi Ramutavishadainam Vibhippavayan Mam Avirbhuyad Anaghamikima Manase Vagadishaha Dishantu me deva sadattvadiyaha Dayataranganucharakatakshaha Shrotreshu Pumtam Amritam Charantim Saraswatim Samsitakamadhenum. All of us, as all of you know, that we start reading the entire 24,000 slokas of Adi Kavi, the first poet, Valmiki, happens to be the elder brother of goddess Sita, as Valmiki was the earth's son and she was earth's daughter. So the Parayana slokas, the preliminary recitation involves some slokas. I will tell you then and there the meaning and we understand the greatness. Pujantam Rama Rameti Madhuram Madhuraksharam Arukya Kavita Shakham Vande Valmiki Kokilam. Valmiki Bhagavan is like a bird cuckoo who sings the praise of Rama, as the two letters, two syllables, Ra and Ma, are the sweetest in nature. And he has ascended the tree, climbed over the tree called the poetry. And Srimad Ramayanam happens to be the first poetical work in Sanskrit, in classical Sanskrit, many eons ago. Valmikir Munisammasya Kavita Vanacharinaha Shinvan Rama Kathanadam Konayati Parangatim. Srimad Ramayanam is called Sharanagati Shastram. It's a science advocating the total surrender. And Valmiki, being the best of the sages, he is in the forest of what we call poems. And if we all hear the recitation of Ramayana, then we will be reaching the highest goal. Yafpiban satatam ramacharitamrtadagaram attartastam munim mande pracheta samakalmasham. As all of you know that the source of the birth of Valmiki is a nickname because he came out of the ant hill after a long meditation. Valmikam is the name for ant hill in Sanskrit and therefore he was called Valmiki. His original name was Ratnakara. He was a robber in the forest and he was corrected by sage Narada in order to meditate on these two syllables Ra and Ma, and therefore he became as respectable as the Almighty. And he himself was not contented with the single recitation of the entire Ramayana. The true fact is the Lord Creator, Brahma, taught him 100 crores of verses. And at present we have only 24,000 in 7 chapters called Kanda. Now, father of Ratnakara was Prachetas. And Prachetas means a man of good mind. Who is a man of good mind among the gods? He is called god of rain, Varuna. You would have heard about the name. So Varuna is called Prachetas because father was of good mind. Valmiki was the chip of the old block. So Valmiki also had a very good mind, and he described itihasa as his various condition. He did not mince matters. He did not add any falsehood in the 24,000 slokas of Ramayana. All the words were true. And therefore, we have a lot of advantages by reading a true book. Now we go to the greatness of a single character whom we all worship along with Sri Rama, Sita, Lakshmana. So you would see in the Sannidhi of the temple that Hanuman is there. So he was an adventurer, he was an ambassador, he was a spy, and he was a messenger. And what he did was Goshpati Kitavarashim Mashaki Kitarakshasam Ramayana Mahamala Ratnam Vande Anilatmajam. Let us worship Hanuman first, who acts as an acharya, a preceptor to the individual soul called Sita, to join with the Paramatma, the Supreme Soul, namely Lord Rama. You know, Lord Rama, as the Supreme Soul, was so merciful that in the Ramayana story you can understand that the Paramatma comes in search of the individual soul and blesses. Sita is taken back safe from the Ashokavana of Demon Ravana in Ramayana as you see the incidents. Instead of the individual soul approaching the Supreme Soul, the Supreme Soul comes to the rescue of the individual soul. That is the philosophy behind Srimad Ramayana. And suppose we start reading this Ramayana, we will understand the greatness of, again, Maruti, the son of wind god, and he was the son of a lady called Anjana. Anjananandanam Veeram Janaki Shokanashanam Kapisham Akshahantaram Vande Lanka Bhayankaram. When we do total surrender to our preceptor, the preceptor solves the problems of the individual soul, namely the surrendering. And therefore, he solved the problem of Sita, and he was the head of monkeys, Kapisham and Akshahantaram, Vande Lanka Bhayankaram. He was a terror to Sri Lanka. Though Ravana was the highest king in that area. And you know what adventure Hanuman did? Hanuman crossed the ocean from Setu, India, Dhanushkoti, the place is called. From there to Sri Lanka, he flew. And what happened to the ocean? The ocean was like a puddle, a small dent created by the hoof of a cow on the road while the rainwater stagnates. So that was the beauty. Then big ocean looked like a small puddle. Goshpati Gitavarashi. Now, how was the speed of Hanuman? Manojavam Marutatulya Vegam. The speed of the wind may be equal to or may not be equal to the speed of the velocity of Hanuman. Jitendriyam, he controlled all his sense organs. Buddhimatam varishtham, he was the best among the intelligent persons. He seemed to have read all the scriptures. His words are measured. He doesn't utter any single inauspicious word. Vatatmajam Vanara Yuthamukyam. He was one of the leaders of the monkeys. Shri Ramadutam Shirasa Namami. We salute him with our head, with a bow of the head. Sashtanga Namaskara is done by us. And what did he do again? Ullangya Sindho Salilam Salilam. He just sportfully crossed over the ocean. Salilam, the water, Salilam, sportfully. Yes, Shokavannim Janakatmajayaha Adayateneva Dadakalankam Namamitam Pranjali Ranjaneyam. We salute him because he took the fire of the grief from the heart of Sita and burnt the whole Sri Lanka. And we salute him for that adventure also. He is called Anjaneya because his mother was Anjana, as I told you just now. Anjaneya Matipatalananam Kanchanadrikabaniya Vigraham Parijata Tarmulavasinam Bhavayami Pavamananandanam Yatra Yatra Raghunatha Kirtanam Tatra Tatra Kritamastaganjalim Padpavari Paripurnalochanam Marutim Namata Rakshasantakam. Because he was the staunch and greatest devotee of Sri Rama, we salute him and we recite the name of two syllables, Ra and Ma. And when we say it just 3 times, we are supposed to have completely said the Vishnu Sahasranam. Shri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattulyam Ramanama Varanane. Let me continue in the next session on this happy occasion of Sri Rama Navami, and we will all meet you again in the temple, Hindu temple of Falsam, where we have a great cultural center in California in USA. Dhanyavada. Thank you very much.
रामचन्द्राय जनक राजजामनोहराय मामकाभीष्टदाय महितमङ्गलम्।